Hey guys, Alex Tooby here. Welcome back to lesson 2 of Instagram Authority. Today we're going to be talking about content. So content builds relationships. Relationships are built on trust, and trust drives revenue. Okay, so the idea here is that content is everything. Great content is the reason why people will follow you on Instagram, why they will read your captions, why they will click that link in your bio, and eventually why they will buy from you or complete the action that you want them to complete, okay? So content is everything. If we skip past this lesson and you just haphazardly post things on Instagram and hope that somehow it's going to build your business, you might not be as successful or as happy with the results. So let's dive into this content lesson and learn exactly what it means to have high quality content on Instagram and again, why that's so important. So like I said, high quality content and high quality imagery is so important when it comes to Instagram. Instagram is obviously a visual platform. It's all about the pictures, it's all about the visuals, it's all about the aesthetics. So if you are lacking in this area, then unfortunately you're going to have a hard time growing your account and getting your audience to complete any task that you want them to do, okay? So right now we're going to talk about high quality imagery and 3 different ways that you can make sure that you are getting that and uploading it to your Instagram feed. So the first thing that you can do when it comes to high quality imagery is you can do it yourself, okay? So you have probably a smartphone at this time in 2018, and the smartphones these days are great. They can take really, really high quality photos, so you really don't need a whole lot more than that. If you have the time and the skill set, or at least the drive to learn, you can use your own camera equipment to create really high quality imagery and content for Instagram. So this photo in the middle here, I actually took myself on a hike. I simply just held my iPhone above my head and snapped a couple shots until I got one that I liked. So again, depending on what your content's all about, the focus of your account, which we'll talk about soon enough, the pictures that you take are going to be dependent on that. If that means that you have to set up a lighting booth so that you can take pictures of your physical products, or maybe you want to clean up your office so that you can take photos of the space that you work in and inspire people that way. Whatever it is, you are capable of doing it as long as you're willing to put in the effort to learn and practice your skill. So doing it yourself is one option that I definitely recommend you at least try. Another option is to hire someone to take your photos for you. So obviously this is going to be an investment in your business, but like I said, Instagram is all about the visuals, and the more high quality images you have, the better you're going to do on Instagram and the more people that you're probably going to attract to your account. Okay, so this image on the left was a photo that was taken of me by a photographer on my recent trip to Bali. He absolutely nailed the shot. It's beautiful and has gotten me much more likes on my personal Instagram account than any of my photos to date. So like I said, making the investment, hiring a photographer could really be worth it for you if you don't have the time to take your own photographs, you feel your photographs aren't as good as they could be, or you simply want to spend money in your business and make an impact on your Instagram account. So hiring a professional photographer is another option for you. And the last option is to use stock photographs. So this photo on the right is a completely free stock image. You can find these on the internet simply by searching free stock photo sites. There are a ton out there, and some of them are really, really amazing. Okay, so while you will have to sift through all of the photos, this is a perfect way to get content for your account if you can't take the photos yourself or you're not willing to hire a photographer. But using stock imagery is a totally appropriate and awesome way to get great high quality content for your feed. Okay, so those are 3 main options that you can consider when it comes to creating content. The next thing we need to talk about is having a consistent theme on your Instagram. Okay, having a theme means that you have recurring elements that tie everything together. When you have this, people who land on your feed will notice right away that, wow, this Instagram account is curated, it's got a theme, it has cohesion, and it makes me want to just keep looking at the pictures. Having a consistent theme really separates the average Instagram user from the majorly successful Instagram user, okay? So super important concept, and something that I'll break down a little bit right now. Here I have an example of an Instagram account that really has no consistent theme or cohesion at all. Basically, this person is just posting a variety of things, quotes, images, collages, all kinds of stuff is happening here, and it's all very disjointed. The problem here is that when I land on this feed, first of all, I don't really know what I'm looking at. I see a lot of quotes, but half of them are cut off or too small, and I can't actually read what they say. I'm seeing pictures of a lot of different people, so I don't really know who this is, if this is the actual owner of the account, who these people are. I'm kind of confused. I do see a little bit of blue recurring here, but not enough for it to really have any overall theme or cohesion. Okay, so we want to avoid stuff like this. You want to make sure that every photo that you're adding to your feed makes sense with the one next to it and the one underneath it. Okay, your photos not only need to be good individually, but they need to look great as a whole when someone views your profile and sees all of your pictures together. Okay, so let's avoid any kind of feed that looks like this. Instead, we want to focus on themes like this one, which obviously are curated. It's edited to be a specific color theme. We're seeing recurring pale greens and blues and a nice pink hue or overlay. Having an Instagram account like this, it definitely takes forethought, it takes editing, and obviously it will take some additional effort to keep this going, but you can see how impactful it is compared to the last one. This feed in the center is another great example of theme and cohesion. She's using a checkerboard pattern, which is really great, definitely pleasing to the eye, and makes it really easy to scan over her content and click on what you want to see. Maybe you're more into the quotes than you are the actual imagery, but at the same time, it's all tied together. You can also see recurring color elements here, little pops of green and pink, so a really nice feed to get inspiration from. And this last one here is obviously curated as well, while the content is primarily just pictures of this male model. He's got an editing process that makes every image come out with the same tones and colors, which really ties it all together. Okay, so when it comes to editing, you've got all kinds of options. If you know how to edit on your computer, you might be using Lightroom or Photoshop, but there are plenty of iPhone and Android apps such as Visco, Snapseed, Enlight, and etc. So tons of options to help you edit your photos, but the overarching idea here is that you need to have something that's reoccurring, even if it's just a tiny color overlay or if it's this pattern idea. Just one thing that ties everything together is going to make all the difference in your success on Instagram. So the next thing that we need to talk about is having a strong focus on your account. I know that the men at the bottom of this slide might be distracting, but stay with me. So the idea of having a super strong focus of your Instagram account is that you're giving your audience exactly what they came for, okay? So to further explain that point, these photos below are from my account, Men in Coffee, and I like to use this as an example of having a strong focus because I only share photos of men drinking coffee. I don't share photos of just men, and I don't share photos of just coffee. And this is a decision that I made very early on in the creation of this account, and it's something that I think has played a major role in its success, okay? When people find my account, they see that my username is Men and Coffee, they read my bio, they realize, okay, this account is just about Men and Coffee, and that's exactly what I give them, okay? If I were to switch that up one day and share a picture of my cat or maybe the meal that I ate or, you know, just a pretty latte, they might be upset because they started following me for one reason and now I'm sharing something that doesn't align with that, okay? So the idea behind having a really strong focus is that people are more likely to stick around for longer. You're going to retain your followers forever if you continue to give them the content that they signed up for, okay? So it's really important that you think about your business and your account and what your goals are, and you make sure that you stick to that, okay? If you sell jewelry, I only want to see jewelry when I come to your account and jewelry related posts, okay? I don't really want to see about your kids or the food that you ate. If you are a fitness instructor, I want to see content that shows me how to work out in the gym. It shows me the right meals to be eating, that kind of stuff. Again, including your kids or your boyfriend or, you know, what you did on the weekend that isn't fitness related, that's deviating from your focus and it's going to cause you issues down the line, okay? So narrow in on what it is that your account's really about and make sure you stick to that. If you need to deviate, open a personal account or open an alternative account where you can just post haphazardly and kind of get that out of your system. On your business account or your brand or your blog account where you really have goals of increasing your revenue or your website traffic or things like that, you need to make sure that you have a very strong focus, okay? So that's it for lesson 2. Today's homework, I need you to complete the lesson 2 workbook. As you can see on the left here, again, it is linked in the email that I sent you today as well as underneath this video. And I need you to pop over into the Instagram Marketing Mastermind to answer the question linked to the lesson 2 discussion thread. Again, that is linked in the email that you received today as well as underneath this video. So I hope that you learned something new today. Get started on your homework. I will see you in the Instagram Marketing Mastermind discussion, and I will also see you back here tomorrow for another video that's all about strategy.